asked her, how many arm lifts do you do a year? And her answer was 2. 2. Okay. You're not touching me with a 10-foot pole.
Then dip me underway. Fill my foot, flow. Hold me till I scream forever. And wash me over until my will runs dry.
Hey y'all, I'm Raquel and welcome back to my channel where we are nevertheless and always the more. And if you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you can become a notification diva honey and you'll know when I upload videos. So in today's video, I have for you guys a long overdue video. It's been a highly requested video. I have been asked about this topic plenty of times and I just wasn't really ready to just dive into it, and I'm ready now. So I'm going to be telling you guys about my experience with getting skin removal surgery after losing over 100 pounds naturally. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm finally ready to share that story. This story is like near and dear to me because it's very personal. It is. It's a very personal story, but I'm sure that it's going to help many people. So I have to share it. I have lost and maintained 120 pounds. And so after I lost that weight, I had saggy skin everywhere. And although you could not tell in my clothes that I had all that skin, oh, you know, after you lose a whole lot of weight, you do not anticipate that skin being what it is. And it is a lot to bear and it's a lot to carry, and it can really make all your efforts feel like blah, you know. I still got all this skin on my body, but we'll get into that later. I'm going to break my surgeries up into 2 separate videos. This is going to be a part 1 video, and then I will post part 2. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Make sure you turn on your notification bell so you'll be notified when part 2 comes out, because I'm telling you now, part 2 is the reason why it has taken me this long to post the video, so you don't want to miss part 2. This video, I'm going to be sharing with you my arm lift or brachioplasty experience, and also my breast lift experience. So this is part 1. I will be dropping before and after pictures all up and through, so make sure you guys don't skip. Don't be skipping through my video. You're gonna miss something, or going to miss something that you don't want to miss. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys why I decided to get skin removal surgery. I want to tell you the cost of the surgery, how I chose my doctor, my experience, my recovery. I'm going to show you my scars. We just gonna dive into everything. Like, it's time. It's been a long time coming, so let's just jump right into it. I was 293 pounds. I embarked on a weight loss journey, and while I was losing weight, I already knew that my arms would never go back down. For one, big arms run in my family. It is just a genetic thing. Whether you have weight on you or not, we got some nice sized arms over here. So I've already had prepared myself that I'm more than likely gonna need an arm lift. I was in denial at first. I was lifting weights, I was praying, I was wishing and hoping, and then I started to come to terms with, all right, I'm gonna need an arm lift surgery. So the very first thing I did was I started to look on social media for women who had the surgery so I could follow them and, you know, look at their journeys, look at their before and after and all of that. To give you where my mental state was after I lost weight and had those size arms, I was very self-conscious and very just, you know, insecure about it because my arms were huge, big, I was like 170 something pounds. My arms looked like they were supposed to be on someone who was 300 pounds. They didn't go down much. It didn't feel like that to me. Imagine losing all that weight and I'm still like getting extra large shirts, and when I'm shopping, I'm like putting my arm through the shirt. Like, I don't even have to take this to the dressing room. Let's just put my arm through and see if my arm can get in it. And if it can get in it, I'll go ahead and try it on. Like, that's how I was living my life. Posting pictures and, you know, learning my angles and stuff, and so nobody would know. And I never, ever, ever wore my arms out. And that was like the #1 thing I wanted to do, was wear a sleeveless dress or wear a sports bra to the gym. Like, that was like my goal. Like, I just want to wear my arms out one day. So the first thing you want to do when you have made up your mind that you want to go through with this surgery is you have to find a doctor. Now, finding a doctor for an arm lift, it's a little bit more difficult than a tummy tuck or a nose job. You know what I'm saying? It, like, arm lifts is not something that people get every single day. It's a common enough surgery, but it's not like super duper common. I started looking in my hometown, and honestly, I was not sold on the doctors in my hometown. My hometown is Memphis, Tennessee. I love Memphis, but the surgery scene, I was not sold on it. But I started going to consultations. Now, when you're going to these consultations, you want to make sure that your doctor is board certified. You want to go in there with a lot of questions, and you need to see their work. Okay, so I had my questions written out for the doctor, and I took my friend with me, but I didn't want to go by myself. And I went, and I was not impressed. The first red flag about this doctor was, she told me that my scar, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll do this arm. My scar, all the pictures that I would see of women getting a brachioplasty, their scar always ended at their elbow. Always ended right here. My arms they were still big. Like, they were still big. 170 something pounds, they were still big. So she was like, you really need to lose a little bit more weight. And but I had saw women get the surgery with arms that look like mine. So I'm like, a little more weight, okay. And she was like, and even then, your scar is gonna have to go here, y'all, here, the middle of my forearm. Never seen a brachioplasty, an arm lift, go to the middle of someone's forearm. That was a red flag for me. And so I was like, okay, let me see your before and after pictures. And she had a lot of before pictures. She had not one after of her surgeries. She was a board certified surgeon. I mean, we're flipping through binders. She's like, this girl, she was 250 pounds. She lost 100 pounds. This lady, she was 60. She just wanted, you know, her bat wings taken up. Where is your work though? What did you do? Where is it? She could not show me. So I was like, okay, I'm not coming to you. That scar, no. You can't even show me your work? No. And the #1 thing that made me say no is I asked her, which is a great question to ask your surgeon. I asked her, how many arm lifts do you do a year? And her answer was 2. 2. Okay, you're not touching me with a 10-foot pole. No. Okay, no, thank you. I ended up like getting on Instagram, and I found a doctor in Raleigh, North Carolina, and he had did a brachioplasty on one of the Biggest Loser contestants, and her results looked so good. And so I was like, I'm going to Raleigh, North Carolina. We about to see, you know. I know that I'm probably gonna have to travel for this surgery. It's not that common of a surgery, so let's go to Raleigh. I went to Raleigh. This doctor was amazing. He made me feel comfortable. He had his book of all his work. He had his before and after photos. There was no question that I could ask him that he did not give an answer to with confidence. He had compassion, that bedside manner that some doctors lack. He had it. I was like, okay, I feel really, really good about this. I'm not looking any further. I am going to book with you. And you know, during that time, I was on like realself.com and everything. So I just kind of engulfed myself in people's stories who was getting this surgery done. I looked him up on Real Self. He was on there, everything checked out. And I began the journey of, all right, I have my doctor. I've made up my mind. We've come to terms with this skin is not going anywhere. My skin does not have that much elasticity. I'm a soft girl. I'm soft, okay? My skin stretch, it really don't want to go back. It just is what it is. When I went to my consultation, I wanted to talk about my boobs as well. I've never had like big breasts. I had big breasts because I was close to 300 pounds. But whenever I didn't have all that weight on me, I never really just had big breasts. I was always like a full B, small C cut. When I gained all that weight, I got up to a D. When I lost the weight, I lost everything. My boobs were deflated, nothing, skin. Pull them up like this, just skin. So in my consultation, I told him that I kind of want to get a breast lift too, and he was like, perfect. The best way is to do both of the surgeries at the same time. And he told me that he would take my scar from here, down my armpit, and up my boob. My arms, I know that they are still of a nice size. I get it. You know, they do not want to go down. It's like, are you gonna have to extend my scar to the middle of my forearm? And he's like, what? No, no way. It's gonna be at your elbow. Like, why would you think that? You know, I'm like, okay, all right. So I've made my mind up. I'm like, okay, I'm getting this surgery. I'm excited. I'm gonna be able to wear my arms out. I've never in my life been able to wear a sleeveless anything. Like the biggest insecurity on my body was my arms. Ooh, if anybody saw them, y'all, it just would crush me. Like, imagine just how excited I am to get this surgery. Let's talk about the cost. I got my surgery done in 2017. I'm sure the price has went up since then because the prices have went up on everything. I want to say the breast lift was like $6 grand and the arm lift was $7 grand. And how I ended up paying for both surgeries was I saved up $7,000 and I put $6,000 on a Care credit card. So make sure that you ask them if they accept Care credit or what type of credit cards do they accept. Insurance does not typically pay for a brachioplasty. You have to prove that this skin or your arms is causing distress or harm, or it's a medical problem going on. If you cannot prove that you need this done for medical reasons, your insurance is not going to pay for this. So I had to pay out of pocket for this elective surgery. I went the credit card route, and I want to say it was like 0 interest if you pay it off in 1 year. So that was the way to go. I was like, I can do that. And so I saved up, booked, and just waited. And while I was waiting, I was getting myself prepared. I was telling people, like close friends and family, which I do not recommend, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the video. But I just wanted to throw that out there. I was telling people, I was preparing myself. I had a trusted friend to accompany me, to go with me to all my consultations, all my pre-ops, travel with me out of town and everything. And now I am headed to Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm excited, I'm scared, I got anxiety, but I'm super excited at the same time. I took off about 6 weeks to get my surgery. I am a CT technologist, radiology tech, so I do a lot of pulling and pushing on patients, this motion, all day, every day. And so I took off 6 weeks. My surgeon recommended if you have a sedentary job, you can return after 2 weeks, according to him. If you have a job like mine, 6 weeks, just so you don't bust open your stitches or whatever. I took 6 weeks off. I headed to North Carolina. He wanted me to stay in the city for 1 week so that he could keep a close watch on me. So we had to book a room, a flight to North Carolina the day before surgery. That's when I did my pre-op and everything. And then early the next morning at like 7 o'clock in the morning, I headed to the surgery site and the process begun. Going back into that time, I really didn't have any expectations as far as what I really truly wanted. I just knew that I'm tired of my arms being big, tired of saggy boobs that are about to sit in my lap and they are deflated. I'm just ready. I was ready. And he asked me, you know, if I wanted to get breast implants, and I was like, no, I've never been into big, you know, I don't have to have all that. I prefer to not have to wear a bra. I don't want big breasts. If you have big breasts, love them, honey, flaunt them, whatever. That's never been my thing. So I was like, no, I don't want any breast implants. I just want you to make them sit up and take the skin off of them. That's it. So that's what we did. Let's talk about the recovery. The recovery was not bad. Now, you're not gonna be able to use your arms at all. You are not going to be able to wipe your butt. I don't know if people really ever say that part. You're not gonna be able to wipe your butt. You're gonna need help. Okay, you're gonna need help. Your arms are gonna be down at your side. You are gonna lose your range of motion. Like doing something like this, you're not gonna be able to do that for weeks. I literally got out of the hospital and I had pillows propped up like this. And this is how I was for a while. At least 2-3 weeks maybe. Then gradually I started to like remove the pillows and everything. The recovery was not all that bad, like at all. My breast lift, I don't really remember. It's a blur. I don't really remember the pain. Maybe a little right here. Maybe, but nothing that was like, nothing like that. It was a pretty easy recovery, honestly and truly. It was a very easy surgery. We stayed in North Carolina for about a week, and then I went back into his office and he, you know, checked me out. I told him my concerns, like, hey, what's this? Is it swelling? Is it gonna go down? How long? You know, just any questions that I could think of that I had noticed while I was in the hotel, I was asking him, because I'm like, I'm all the way in Tennessee. Let me ask him all I could. But he was very good about answering all my questions. And I had his number on his cell phone number. And he's like, if you ever run into anything, call me, you know, let me know what your questions are. How I managed like my pain and everything. I did get some painkillers, prescription painkillers, and I did take them. Whenever I would feel something like in my chest, more so pressure, not pain, I would take a pain pill just to ease myself out or whatever, but it just was not a painful experience, not from what I could remember at all. That was the recovery. I was just at home. I'm doing much of nothing. I had to wear this black garment forever, but it was really like 6 weeks. I did get liposuction to contour, and then the skin removal. I could not believe what I saw. I could not believe that these were my arms. Like, it was just an amazing feeling, just coming from where I was coming from someone who had big arms their entire life. To be able to put on a sleeveless shirt was just unbelievable to me. Like, what? I was so happy and excited. I want to talk to you guys about a serious part of getting skin removal surgery or any surgery, and that is to make sure that your expectations are not super high. I get that people, you know, they be on Instagram, they be showing their results and things be looking perfect, but you really don't know if these people's results are perfect or not, because there's so many Photoshop and little gadgets that make stuff look perfect. But my experience, my surgeries are not perfect. They are life-changing. They gave me confidence. I do not regret them. Are they perfect? They are not perfect. I had to learn the hard way. After all of my surgeries, I kind of go through this little depressed stage of what have I done? Did I do this? Should I have done this? Oh my God, your body is changing every single day. It's looking different and you want the final result, but it takes a while for that final result to really come through. So that is a big takeaway that I want you guys, if you are considering skin removal surgery, is to lower your expectations. Go in with what you want in mind, but at the end of the day, a surgeon is a surgeon. They can do so much. The surgery should be meant to enhance your life, make your weight loss journey, your results better. Just keep your expectations realistic. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't think you're gonna leave out of there with arms like Angela Bassett. My arms were so big, and the first doctor that I went to really didn't even want to touch them. She kept saying you need to lose more weight, kept saying you need to lose more weight. I'm happy that I found my doctor and he did what he could do with them. That's been 8 years ago. So my results have changed. My arms, when I came out of surgery, they were snatched. They're not as snatched anymore. They're not. I feel like just as long as you go in with the right mindset of when I come out of there, I'm going to be a better version of myself. That's the mindset to have. I'm gonna be better than when I walked in, assuming that everything goes as planned. I'll show you today, even though I've popped pictures up, this is my arm. This is my scar. Did I shave? When I first got them done, this has loosened up over the years. Like I said, this was 8 years ago. This is my scar today. This is how it looks. I have never used any scar cream. I did nothing to my scar. Do I have feeling right here? Not really. Right here? Yeah. Right here? Yeah. This scar? Not really. So those are my results 8 years later, and like I said, when I first came out, they were way more snatched than that, but I've gotten older. I've gained and lost weight throughout the years, so that changes the way they look and everything. But as far as my scar, am I insecure about my scar? Nope, not at all. On no level, in no way am I insecure about this scar. You can't make me insecure about it, baby. I worked too hard for this scar. That is my badge of honor. Y'all know, if you watch my channel, I wear my arms out. I wear my arms out. Like, yes, they look way better than they did before. Yes, I wear them out. Every now and then somebody will be like, what happened to you? What's this? I just take the opportunity to flex. Like, oh, well, I lost over 100 pounds and I had skin removal surgery. Great conversation piece. Conversation starter, yeah. I'm not insecure about this scar at all. Now I do feel good that I'm making this video because it's gonna make editing a lot better for me, because I be editing out my scar all the time. Not because I'm insecure about it, but just because I have not talked to you guys about it. So I'd be like, ugh, my scar's showing. Dang, okay, edit. Now I could be like, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm free. I'm free. I love being free. I'm free. I don't have to edit out my scars. Girl, what? My breast lift scar, I don't have a scar on my boob. It is the most faintest. It looked nothing like this scar. Nothing like this scar. It is the most faintest line that I feel like within a year or two, it's going to be gone. Cause I really can't even see it. I have to look for my breast lift scar So yeah guys, that is my story with my breast lift and my brachioplasty. It's something that changed my life. It made my weight loss so much sweeter. It just made me feel so much more comfortable within myself. It was the greatest reward and the greatest gift I could give to myself. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. I just want to touch on this for just a second and we'll close part 1 out. When you're going and getting these surgeries done, it's very important that you pick the right doctor, do your research, save your money up. If you're on a weight loss journey right now and this is something that you think that you may need, go ahead and start saving right now. And the number one thing that I want to tell you guys is to keep people out of your business. Do not share this with anybody. Get you one trusted friend or one trusted family member to go with you and look after you. Going around telling family and friends that, hey, I'm about to get this skin removal surgery, I wouldn't recommend, because it's a touchy subject. Everybody may not respond the way that you think that they should respond. And this is your walk. This is your journey. This is your body, your decision. And you have to deal with the consequences of whatever happens during surgery, whatever happens during recovery, or if you choose never to get it, you have to live with the skin on your body. You're the one who worked hard to have that skin. You're the one who lost the weight. So going like just, I don't know, you could tell people out of being happy, or you could be telling them for support. You really need one supportive person, someone who you trust. If there is someone in your life who is fearful, doubtful, negative, they always have something negative to say, or they're a hater, or they're jealous, or they don't really know nothing about cosmetic surgery or anything like that, don't tell them. Don't tell them, because the last thing you want is for someone to put ill feelings in you or give you anxiety or make you anxious about something that comes with anxiety on its own. So that is the takeaway that I want you guys. If you take nothing away from this video, if you plan on getting a skin removal surgery, please keep it to yourself. Don't go by yourself. I don't recommend that. Go with a trusted person, someone who's capable, someone who support your decision. They support it, they're rooting for you, and they're gonna take care of you, and they're gonna be there for you. They go with your support system. Leave these other people out of the equation. Right now, I just want to show you guys what I look like before surgery. I don't think I've put anything up. This is me prior to any surgery. And this is what I mean when I say inside of my clothes, you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. When I took my clothes off, that's when you could be like, oh, you lost 100 pounds, but now you're carrying something else. We're gonna jump right into part 2. Part 2, baby. Part 2 is something serious, and I mean that in every aspect. I feel like y'all have the missing pieces to my journey now, and that's like super big. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure y'all like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I hope it was insightful. I hope you got something out of it if you are looking to get a surgery or anything. And if there's something that I did not really touch on and you want to ask me personally, you can always send me a DM to _Alwaysthemore on Instagram, and I will get back to you. If you think of anything, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.